In the mid-afternoon of 20th May 2020, a powerful and deadly tropical cyclone, Amphan, hit the coastal areas of Bangladesh and eastern India, affecting about thousands of people. Like before, the effect of this humanitarian disaster would last for a long time. This is because of two reasons. Firstly, the post-storm disaster. This includes rising water in the coastal areas leading to flood in the lowland coast. Every year, 10,000 square miles, which is 18% of the total land mass of the country, gets flooded, affecting 7 million houses. Secondly, the infrastructural limitations of the country. Disaster response services are few and poorly equipped. The exact number of people trapped cannot be identified, and many die off the records. On the other hand, another nightmare for the people of poorly planned urban cities like Dhaka, Chittagong is traffic congestion. 5 million working hours are wasted per day in Dhaka for traffic congestion. This is one of the prominent reasons for which disaster response teams cannot reach the disaster zone and ambulances cannot reach the hospitals. Poor road connectivity also becomes a threat to many other people in certain cases, just like 64-year-old COVID-19 patient Rahmat Ali in the remote village of Rangpur, who can be saved by supplying blood plasma from a COVID-recovered patient available in the capital Dhaka. The trip is 7 hours by road, and since there are no domestic flights available, hiring a helicopter is heavily expensive.
An unmanned aerial system can be an effective way to identify the distress in crisis moment of cyclone, flood, or earthquake and deliver supplies to the victims in need. The Freedom 71 or F-71 in short by ANTS is a fixed-wing electric propulsion UA with dual propellers and conventional tail configuration. Through our farms and aerial system, we will provide services to 4 different sectors which include emergency disaster response, package delivery, agriculture mapping, and journalism. Hubs will be set up at 8 prime locations of the country: Dhaka, Joshua, Kumilla, Chittagong, Rajshahi, Rangpur, Memeching, and Sylhet. The network will be able to serve 64 districts of the country. For example, Shatkhira, one of the most affected regions hit by Cyclone Amphan, has limited air access for response teams to track down victims with an aircraft. According to a network plan, community emergency response team CERT may dispatch UAS from 3 nearby housings, Joshua, Chittagong, and Borishal, for a 60-minute continuous flight surveillance of southern Bangladesh. F-71, being a fixed-wing UA, is faster and allows minimum energy consumption and maximum flight time than a multi-rotor UA. This allows people who might be trapped in waterlogged areas to be identified easily. Cruising at a maximum speed of 86 knots, the F-71 can operate for more than an hour to distances of 100 kilometers from the hubs. Disaster zones can be inspected through a visual imaging camera in the F-71 with high clarity, thanks to its low stall speed of 3 knots during the daytime. Additional thermal imaging and night vision cameras ensure identification at nighttime. F-71 also ensures quick reception of delivering emergency packages. Mounting the package and getting the UA ready for dispatch is a matter of just 10 minutes, which means that the blood plasma required by Rahmatullah may be delivered from Dhaka to Rangpur in just under an hour as compared to the 7-hour road trip, serving as a much cheaper and faster alternative. The F-71 utilizes EPS foam, making it lightweight and enabling it to carry heavier payloads. Carbon fiber used as power rod also ensures maximum durability and strength. Glass fiber used with resin in the wing ensures water resistance, allowing the UA to move through arid weather conditions. Other than emergency disaster response and package delivery, ANTS aerial system will be providing services to 2 other sectors: agriculture, mapping, and journalism. The agricultural sector contributes more than 20% in the GDP of Bangladesh and involves 41% of the entire labor. This sector is largely based on the cultivation of rice, which is about 75% of the cultivation and sums up to be 10.5 million hectares. The government monitors the annual crop yield throughout the year from the annual agricultural statistic from the previous years. Surveillance is required for the statistic. This surveillance often engages a lot of time and a huge labor. This is where F-71 can play its vital role. The F-71 will be taking flight over the crop fields, capturing multispectral images. The images will be meshed and processed with RTK GPS data to create NDVI images. Where it might take a week or a month to collect data, F-71 alone can collect all the data in a single flight through a visual imaging, thanks again to its slow stall speed of 22 knots over a long route. The F-71 can be implemented in the journalism scenario of the country as well. Any massive incident like a fire breakout is a breaking news within a short time. News agencies often hog the spot with their vans and equipment, making it difficult for the rescue services to operate. This may be simply solved by the use of aerial photography, and since use of helicopters is expensive in the country, our F-71 can be the savior. Compared to the chopper, it will be much convenient and economically feasible to send our UA for aerial photography.
The business will be operated from 8 different hubs around the country, consisting of 60 UA adapted for 4 different applications and will be distributed among the hubs according to area and demand. The total manufacturing cost of 60 UA will be $330,000, considering the primary operation cost, which includes monthly rents of office space, salaries, utilities, technical equipment, and miscellaneous. The total cost of the first year comes to $780,000. From the second year onward, the expected annual expenditure will be $530,000. The whole operation will require an initial investment of $590,000, which will be raised from seed funding and campaigns for stakeholders. The target market is divided into 4 sectors. Our relevant customer can be fire brigade, NGOs, and other emergency units for emergency response service, blood bank, courier companies, and hospital for package delivery. For agriculture mapping, Bangladesh Rice Research Institute and similar organization along with fertilizer companies, news agencies, and television channels for aerial journalism. Initially, we will launch 2 services, leasing a UA for a monthly cost of $1,060 and on-demand package delivery, the cost of which will be based on distance and duration. So for delivering blood for Rohmatali from Dhaka to Rangpur, it will cost an average of only $120, which is a far more economic alternative. Based on market analysis and daily demand, it is expected that 30 UA will be leased and 240 on-demand package delivery will be completed monthly, generated an average annual revenue stream of around $720,000 and can reach a maximum of $850,000 if all our units remain busy throughout the year. At this pace, the firm will reach the break-even point by the second year of operation. The firm will also open to direct sale of UA for large-scale projects. We will implement our expansion plan after 3 years once the company has required a certain brand value.
Team made significant progress before the world met the pandemic. The design of the UA made from scratch and it has undergone significant remodeling over the past few months. F-71 has been designed with minimal interlocking parts akin to a puzzle, which can be easily dismantled into segments and assembled into a complete UA quite easily without assembling any screws or nut bolts. COTS equipment was ordered and shipped, most activities being carried out following the project timeline. Specific parts of the UA were designed with topology optimization, which ensured the increased weight ratio to maximize capacity for carrying the load. The team simultaneously worked on developing algorithms and different subsystem design, including control subsystem, communication and navigation subsystem. Our latest success on development was the fabrication and manual test flights of our prototype Delta. The team developed a homegrown CNC machine and custom software of the CNC for generating G-code from DAT files and ultimately passing them to the CNC. Our 8 package will be bundled using custom fabricated jute netting, which, if disposed, will decompose, accomplishing the SDG goals set by UN. We decided to utilize jute since it is a part of our national heritage and most importantly biodegradable. Prior to the manufacturing and testing phase, we use software in the loop simulation with estimated data of F-71, thereby giving us scopes of development on our UA. Even before manufacturing, considering the limitation of test flight zones, SITL was used for verification of algorithms, helping successful flight simulations to avoid crash.
Team ANTS has been working relentlessly for inspiring and engaging young minds in engineering and technology. On February 1st, the ANTS STEM Outreach Program was launched. This involved carrying seminars and workshops in several educational institutions like schools and colleges in order to encourage students in the field of science and technology. Young students were taught about the basic working of a UA, the prospect of UAS in our country, modern the application of robotics, and so on. Moreover, the program served well to acknowledge the students to know more about the IMechE and the US Challenge, as well as help the team gain more supporters. The team provided custom notebooks and stickers to everyone who took part in the workshop as a token of appreciation. The initial plan was to cover 38 different institutions, and we successfully completed our session in 15 institutions before the coronavirus emergency. Team ANTS is also affiliated with renowned club associations of educational institutions around the nation, along with IMechE IoT student chapter, and has been constantly highlighted as the first ever team from Bangladesh to take part in the IMechE UAS challenge. As for the social media, regular posts were posted on Facebook and Instagram about the insights of the challenge, aerospace news and facts, update about stakeholders, and other related information with the hashtag #BeWithANTS to ensure maximum reach. Our Facebook page has more than 1,800 active followers, and the Instagram page has nearly 200 followers. Our team and project has been featured on national news channels like News 24 and Channel I. The team was featured on Facebook Live interview by a very popular online learning program, Chalkboard, in Bangladesh.
Team ANTS has already been working with government bodies like the Civil Aviation Authority of Bangladesh and the national flag carrier Biman Bangladesh Airlines to discuss the prospects of UAS in the country. While we are still far away from establishing the idea in our economy, with due dedication and a lot of willpower, ANTS will achieve newer and greater horizons.